One love, y'all, because we're together. United, baby, under one roof. Come on.
Hello, my name is Dolores Bretlow. I'm the director of the Academic Achievement Center and Learning Disability Services here at LaSalle University. So one of your questions was, how well do you feel you accommodate students with disabilities? Well, our institution has set up a really accessible and clear process for students to access academic supports for documented disabilities, which includes academic accommodations, but also critical connections to really individualized and targeted supports. For example, students can meet regularly for the whole semester with the professionals at the Academic Achievement Center. My role specifically is also to help advocate for students' needs with their faculty. And do you agree that our campus has sufficient resources or funding to support all students with disabilities? Yes, I believe that our institution is very supportive of the needs of students with disabilities and does provide significant resources so that we can support their learning needs. We've also built a very strong and trained staff at the Academic Achievement Center to support the needs of all of our students. Now, we should always be looking at ways where we as an institution can improve our support of student success, absolutely. I definitely believe that there are areas of continued growth for us in terms of addressing physical accessibility of our campus and our virtual campus as well. So there's definitely areas of continued growth. I think we should always be continuing to talk about what our needs are, what the needs of our students are, and ways that we can support those institutionally with resources.
Students with disabilities on campus are a huge part of LaSalle's community. To make them feel welcome and safe, it's honestly just so important to ask them. In reality, they know what's best for themselves. I think LaSalle does do an excellent job at advocating for those with disabilities because we have such an open campus that puts an emphasis on social justice issues, but that's not to say we're always perfect. There's always going to be room for improvement. Some of the buildings could be updated. I know the Victorian houses may not have the best accessibility for students with physical disabilities, but overall it's just honestly so important for students with disabilities on campus to feel like they have a place at LaSalle, because we really do want them to feel welcome. For someone with a disability on campus, it's honestly just so important to tell them that they're safe here and that they're so loved.
To LaSalle and advocating for people with disabilities, I would say we do a decent job, but we could do better. I haven't seen any big accommodations for them at the university, so I feel like that's something that we could work on. And I just wanted to say that we are here to support you as a community, and if you ever need anything, I'm sure that any of the students or faculty would be glad to help you in any way that they can.
I would make a student with disabilities on campus feel welcomed by going up to them if they're by themselves and talking to them, just becoming a friend and someone they can look for in the dining hall and in classes is very helpful. Also, if I saw something happening on campus, I would go up and intervene. No one should be treated differently. I believe LaSalle is accepting for those of who have disabilities on campus. I believe most students are kind. Most students I know are kind and will lend a helping hand and invite someone to sit with them on campus, anywhere. To anyone with disabilities on campus, I can always help. If you need a helping hand or someone to sit with, someone to talk to, I'm open.
Hi, my name is Liz Hartman, and I am an associate professor here at LaSalle. I feel like I do fairly well accommodating students with disabilities because prior to becoming a professor, I was a special educator. I still find myself learning, especially from my colleagues, and I try to, as much as possible, engage in professional development and seek it out so that I can develop my knowledge and skills. I think that our campus has some sufficient resources for students with disabilities, but one thing that I've noticed is that a lot of these services or supports can be not proactive but retroactive. So usually when a student begins to struggle or is not doing well, then those supports kick in. And a dream I have would be that more supports for students with disabilities would be proactive, and more of these supports would be opened up to all students, because a lot of the supports that help students with disabilities, like flexibility around assignments and clearer goals actually help all the students at LaSalle.
I think that for me, to make a student feel welcome on campus and safe with disabilities, I think personally I would just make sure that they know I'm there for them, no matter what it is. If they need something or whatnot, that I'm a voice for them and that they can use me as a resource. I think the advocation at LaSalle is really great. The Director of Disability Services, Scott Lanthier, is a really great resource for students that have disabilities on campus. The students at LaSalle, we are all there to help you and support you. We're a very loving, supportive community, and I think that's really important for all students to know.
I feel like I accommodate them pretty well, at least I hope so. I have attended various professional development opportunities through our Teaching and Learning Center that are designed around universal design for learning, so those have helped tremendously. And I've also been part of an accessibility workforce, task force. I think our college does a fairly decent job of funding and support to students with all disabilities. There are still some real issues around accessibility, and so I'm hoping that those will be fixed along the way, but generally I think the university does a decent job. Just a huge message of support to all members of our community, students with disabilities especially. Keeping on. Some of my fondest memories are of those students who have succeeded surmounting tremendous physical issues and various other things that make them differently able. So thanks. Bye.
Hi, I'm Caroline St. Croix. I'm a freshman at LaSalle University. I think LaSalle University does a good job advocating for people with disabilities on campus. I know that they produce specific programs and events that students with disabilities can go to receive help or just to feel part of LASER community. Yeah, I think our student population can do a better job encouraging students with disabilities to take part in more activities and clubs, and I know that there are some students now who do that and do a great job, but I think if the whole population of LaSalle could do that, it would really make the students with disabilities feel welcomed and accepted.
I believe to make someone with a disability feel welcome, you don't bring attention to their disability and treat them how you would treat others. I think LaSalle does a really good job with advocating for people with disabilities. The school is actually really good with things like that. Stay strong and continue to be who you are, because you are your best self and you're being yourself.
In terms of supporting students with disabilities, I think I can always do more than I'm doing, but to start with, I try to provide multiple modes of learning and multiple modes of presenting the material to my students. I think LaSalle does a nice job. We can always do more, but we do a nice job of supporting our students with disabilities. We have an awesome academic achievement center, and our IC3 is another great resource, and so is the library. But I would say to our students who have disabilities, you are hardworking and I admire you, and just keep up the awesome work.